Okay, hello and welcome back to another My Team episode. You may be wondering where Hungary is and where yesterday's episode is. It's in the bin for one reason and one reason only, which is this. Yeah, it didn't go too well. The only issue is that's kind of like my Joker track because I cannot. I don't know, that's not the right phrasing, but I can't get rid of it because I need to have 16 races, and that's the most bearable of the unbearables. So we move. Maybe they'll add another track. Maybe they'll change Abu Dhabi, and then it will be bearable. But until then, we're stuck with having a track like that. Maybe I'll change it around every season. I don't know. But anyways, we'll get into qualifying. Luckily, a dry one. I have a lot of issues with this Spa giving me wet qualifyings, which is good because it opens up strategy options, but it's also bad because it opens up strategy options. Wait, what? I don't know. I'm out of it today. Anyways, DRS across the line, moving up to P7, I think. Pretty decent stuff indeed.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour.
I don't normally speak here, but I just wanted to say that is a really cool little, I don't know what you call it, overlay. I haven't seen that before. So I thought that was pretty cool between the two McLaren drivers. Very consistent in their own. Consistently shite.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Verstappen, Reed, Bottas, Ricciardo, and Carlos Sainz, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Yuki Tsunoda, and Ocon, Stroll, Aitken, Nobuharu Matsushita, and Daniel Ticktum, Russell, Mazepin, Mick Schumacher. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Alright then. We're looking at rain coming at some point this race. So I reckon I'm going to go for a strategy, a one-stopper, soft to hard. Yeah, I've lost it. But just in case we can pull out these softs until about lap 9, lap 10, and then we will. And then we will be able to go onto a set of inters without losing too much time. Because obviously if you pit too early, you can't get on the inters quick enough, and then you have to set a second stop, and then it all goes tits up. Yeah, that's the right phrasing for it. But without further ado, starting from P7 to 5 red lights, we are underway for the Belgium Grand Prix. Gasly up ahead in P3. He's been out qualifying us, we've been out finishing. We go for a dive into turn 1 to P5 behind Leclerc. We go up into Eau Rouge through Radion, ERS enabled around the outside of Leclerc, down the Kemmel straight, full throttle, making it past very nicely indeed. Going for a look down the inside of Hamilton, but it's not going to happen. I'm fine with that. Because at the end of lap 1, we're just far enough behind to go for a lunge down into the bus stop chicane. We make it through, we go wide, but we are A-OK. We make it through, and Hamilton doesn't have to go off track this time to gain an unfair advantage just to keep me behind him. Abu Dhabi 2021. Huh? Oh, what? I'm only joking. Don't get mad. DRS enabled them round the outside of Gasly into the chicane here. Norris defending his insides, understandably. Then on lap 4, Gasly is coming at us into turn 1. We have to go wide to not hit into Norris. But that means that Gasly's going to have a chance to catch up. He's going to be right alongside us as we go down. He taps us a little bit as we go down into Eau Rouge through Radion. We get past him. And well, we manage to keep him behind us. And we get DRS off of Norris. We go for a lunge round the inside. Oh my, cutting it close indeed. We managed to get round up ahead in P1. Lap 6, and as you can see, the weather has changed a lot. It has got a lot darker, and it is definitely going to be raining within the next 2 laps. Like, indefinitely. It's 6 laps in, and it is grey. On the 7th lap, then, the conditions don't seem to be getting any better. It's still getting even darker and darker, and we're just hoping that if the rain does fall, it falls enough to warrant going on to inters. If it doesn't, then well, I don't really know. 50% tyre wear then. Lap 8, Norris is behind us into Eau Rouge through Radion. As we start seeing a couple of raindrops in on our screen, we do indeed start to see some rain, and we will be seeing that consistently now, I think, till the end.
On track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
Shut up, Jeff. No one cares. We have more important things at stake. Lap 9 then. For some reason it says everyone's in the pit, but no one's in the pit. I have no idea. Maybe that means they're pitting this lap, I don't know. One of those glitches. But it's starting to rain, and I'm going to prematurely decide to go in onto the intermediates. No one else is coming in. We're going to go in for a set immediate inters, and I reckon with how slow these stops can be, by the time I get out, it might be like inter stuff. 1.8 second stop then. Red Bull got competition.
That was our last stop. No more
just easing it through to the outside. Gasly's going in as well. Gasly's already been in once, so he's going in for the inters then. There's no other reason why. And look at the amount of standing water into Eau Rouge. I mean, we have to cut the corner just to survive.
Slow down before hitting the corners.
Yeah, that was the right call. I mean, look at this, lap 10, the end of lap 10. We haven't even completed a whole lap in these inters, and it's pouring it down.
Just yet, but we've seen a problem at our end. We're looking into it.
Shut up, Jeff. Don't say that. As we make it around Stroll as well, then. It's the proof that you do need inters now. If we can overtake some guy on softs in inters, then it's inter weather. And DRS has been disabled. There you go. That. If you don't pit after that, if you do a Perez and you stay out, you're a mongoloid. Norris comes out ahead of us then, but we're going to have the extra speed. Cool. Into Eau Rouge. We're going to... Oh, he's pushing us wide. We make it past. We're going to have to go off a little bit. Norris is going to come back at us, but he's not going to be able to make it through. And we're going to get up into P2. Prematurely into P1.
Inters seem like
seeing as Perez has pitted. Jeff thinks the inters are best. It's pretty obvious. We go wide into turn 1 again. We're really starting to see the effect of this rain. Norris is still far behind, or close behind. Hamilton is close behind him as well. But oh, the rain is coming down immensely now. Lap 14 and still pouring it down. You can see the amount of standing water on the track. I'm surprised someone's not gone off. I'm genuinely shocked that there's still 22 drivers in this race. Look at the amount of water on track. It is immense how much water there is. Like, genuinely insane. Lap 15 then, approaching Mazepin to lap him. You can see how much he's struggling. I mean, he does always struggle, but that's not the point. That's not the point. There's no need to be mean. Kind of. But yeah, we're not the only ones struggling here. Yeah, having to snap our wheel left, right, centre just to survive. It's becoming more and more difficult the further we get in this race. There's only 6 laps remaining, but I'm not 100% sure we're going to be finishing this race on the inters. We might have to go full wets for like the last couple of laps. We'll see. We'll see. Go Tiffy ahead then, lapping that boy in the Haas. That is still 2 seasons in to him being in Haas, and it's still weird to say that he is in the Haas.
We're reaching the point where you're going to start aquaplaning with those tyres. We think you're alright for now, but it might not be long before we switch to the full wets.
I have never heard that radio message before about aquaplaning, but look how much rain there is, man. Half my screen is covered. Can't see a bloody thing. Lap 18 going down to Eau Rouge. You can just see the amount of standing water that there is. There's not even like a quote-unquote dry line anymore. It's just wetness. Because normally in the rain you still get a little bit of a dry line, but in these conditions there's
still on the right tyres
no such thing. Get past Schumacher then, lap him nice and quickly. We do have a good 7-second advantage, but that can be lost at any moment. So, got to keep that in mind. Look how much our front tyres have gotten worn though. Alright, past Latifi then, very nicely indeed. Through the bus stop chicane, and we're still alive. Very nicely done. Lap 20, and the car just loses the rear end there. We snap it round, do a nice 360, manage to not hit a wall. We're going to have to get back out on track ASAP, as if we don't want to lose any positions. Somehow we managed to not lose a position from making that much of a stupid mistake. With 2 laps remaining, Norris is right on our tail. But somehow that mistake has not led to us being out of the race or overtaken. P1 is still on the table, but I'm in shock. The rain is just snapping our car left, right and bloody centre. Re-lapping Schumi then, our old teammate, our old boy. He declined our offer, and look where he is now, being lapped by his boy, by his ex-teammate. That would be rather embarrassing. Anyways, around Aiken again then, into the bus stop chicane. But it seems like the weather's kind of drying up, but I'm not too sure. You can see the amount of spray coming off our front tyres. So I'm not too positive. As we round off some of the final corners then, lap 22 out of lap 22, we're P1 out of P22. And we're just slowly, carefully making our way through. And hopefully we don't spin at the chicane. We've done it before, and we will do it again. But it seems for the first time... No! Wait! No! No! We've lost our front wing! We've managed to spin it around! Norris is behind us! He's given us a boost!
Anyone want to go again?
He's knocked himself out of the race and given us a boost forward.
Superb driving. That's the race win.
I don't believe that. Was that our fault? I'm not too sure. We're going to have to look at a replay. Oh my god. We'll see if we can get a replay of that. Norris just doesn't even really try and defend it. Just hits into the back of us. But for the first time, we finish a race in Spa.
How did they manage to achieve this win?
And Lando is still somehow happy with the fact he went into the back of me. And his car is fine as well, but this game makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
A show-stopping performance from the 3 drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Very interesting, yeah, you're right, Crofty. But 3 British drivers on the podium again. Very, very nice. I mean, there is 6 in my career. That's like a quarter of the drivers are British. That's not the point. It doesn't happen often. So, but yeah, we managed to finish off in P1. Thank the Lord. The losing streak is over. Oh, I still don't know if we deserve that win. Because if you watch it back, you see my wheel turns slightly right, which makes it look like I tried to turn into Norris. I didn't. I had to snap it right, or I was going to lose the car. And probably take out 3 more people. But I don't know whether I caused... Obviously I caused it. But like, Norris could have evaded it, but he just decided to hit into the back of us. But, oh, that was too close for comfort in the end there. 2 mistakes within 2 laps. And we still managed to pull out P1 at just over 40 minutes spent on track. Gasly in P14 with 2 stops. Anyways, thank you for joining me for this one. Hopefully I will see you next time, which would be for the Italian Grand Prix. See you then.